Now, I'm going to touch on something that you may be wondering at the moment, and that's case sensitivity. Now, in my condition here, I've said last name equals Adams in caps, and yet it has returned somebody whose last name was Adams in title case. SQL is case insensitive. Now, there are special commands to make your queries case sensitive. That will vary depending on the platform that you are working on. That's really outside the terms of this course. So for the time being, let's just accept that the SQL language is case insensitive and Adams equals lowercase title case or anything else. Now, so far we've just been talking about the equals operator, where we've told the database to return a row, its column must equal the value we're passing it in this case Smith or Adams, and it must equal it, absolutely. It can't be greater than or longer or like it or contain bits of it. It's got to equal it, absolutely 100%, or it doesn't get returned. Now, we can get a bit more flexible with this, and we can get the SQL to return us values that are like the value with different variations on it. And I'll explain what I mean, and that's going to be using a thing called wildcards and the like operator. Now, they're very powerful tools within the SQL language, and let's get stuck into it and I'll show you. So first off, I'm going to wipe out that command there. And you know what? I'm going to wipe out the where clause altogether. Now, I'm going to show you a trick here. I could wipe out the word, to wipe out the where clause and return everything. I could just wipe out the word where, just go backspace right there, or I can comment it out. Now, commenting out is a very powerful, very handy tool where if I just want to simply disable a particular line, just to remove it so I can do other testing or coding. So to just disable one particular line, all we do is go to the front of the line and type in hyphen hyphen. And look what's happened, it's gone green, the line has gone green because it is disabled. It's not going to apply. And if we run it, hey presto, we effectively have no where clause at this point, and it returns everybody, all 19,000 rows. Okay, well look, let's just uncomment that. And there's actually a handy button that does this for us in Management Studio, and this will come in handy once you start messing around and experimenting with your own queries. To comment out a line, there's a button that does it, and it's this one here. It's about the, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one from the right on the second toolbar. And if I just hover my toolbar, hover my mouse over it, it has the tooltip, comment out selected lines, and if I press it, whatever line I'm on, hey presto, it's got two dashes, a comment marker, and therefore the line is commented out and is disabled. Now, to undo that, the button to its immediate right says uncomment the selected lines. Press that, and all it does is just go to the far right and just deletes the two dashes. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'll just get you to type exactly what I'm typing here. Let's say we are only interested in those first names that start with the letter B. So it could be Brian, it could be, what's another person that starts with B? Brian, so I don't know many people with names that start with B. I tell you what, let's just scroll down here. Brian, here we go, Brandy, Brittany, there we go, Bridget, Brianna, whatever, okay. We want all those guys, they've got to start with B. How do we achieve that? Well, I'll show you how. Let's just type the code and see what happens. First name, like, single quote, B, percentage sign, close quote. What does that mean in English? Well, that's telling it, get us all the rows where first name has B at the very front and anything after it. The percentage sign is a wildcard. Again, the term wildcards. The percentage sign means any piece of text after the B. So let's just see what that gets us. Check that out. We've got Baileys, we've got Barbaras, we've got Barrys, Bens, Benjamins, and if we scroll right down the very bottom, it ends with Byron because that is the last first name that has B and anything after it. After that, it starts with C's. I can tell you that because I've actually looked at the data myself, so I'm sort of cheating. But yeah. So, okay. So just to go through that again, first name, like, B percentage sign, which means in English anything starts with B and anything after it, anything at all. Let's say we're looking for only the ones that start with BA. So you can have a BA, the first two characters, and anything after that. Well, if we change that to BA, then it will be BA, got to have a B, first character's got to be a B, second character's got to be an A, and anything you like after it, we don't care what's after it. So we'll execute that. There we go, we've got Bailey's, Barbara's, Barry's, and it stops at Bart, because after that we've got the second character is not an A and doesn't satisfy the condition. And we can get even more elaborate here. Let's say we're only interested in those where the first three characters are B, A, and R, and anything we like after it. I think you're starting to see how this works. B-A-R, anything we like after it. Barbara's, Barry's, Bart's, and there you go. B-E's don't come into it. So again, that is a very, very powerful technique. Now, we can also go even more elaborate, and let's say we're interested in anyone where first name contains an A and an R. A-R in that sequence. How would we type that? Contains. In other words, it can be an A and an R in any part of the first name. So if we put in percentage AR, again, a wildcard, what does that mean? Well, anything at the beginning, an AR anywhere in the middle, anywhere. It could be the first, second and third character, the third or the fourth character, the 16th and the 17th character, doesn't matter, and anything after it. So let's just check that out. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's exactly what Aaron's, AA, it's got an AA at the front. If we scroll down, what have we got? An AR at the beginning there, Ariana. And if we scroll down, right down, hey, Carla's there as well. That's exactly what we wanted because AR is in the middle. That Carly has satisfied the condition. It was anything at the beginning, AR somewhere in the middle, and anything we like after it. Now, so far we've had the wildcard at the end. We've had it at the beginning and the end. Let's see what happens if we have the wildcard at the beginning. What happens? And hey presto, look at that. Caesar, AR on the end. Edgar, AR on the end. Mandar, AR on the end. So a pretty powerful piece of searching ability is the like command and the percentage sign. Now there are more advanced techniques where you can, involving a thing called regular expressions, for example, you can do really fancy things where like you can specify an A is the second or the fourth or the last character and they're all returned. We'll do that as, that's a more advanced topic towards the end of the course, but again, that's very, 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 very powerful indeed. Now, I'm going to take this opportunity to revisit the fancy keyword not. The keyword not can also be used in other contexts in conjunction with other commands in special ways. And one of those is the like command, where we can simply say, let's say we want everybody except the ones that are like the condition we've spelled out here ends with AR. So if we want all the ones that don't end with AR, all we've got to do is put the word not before the word like. First name not like, percentage sign AR. Let's see what happens. Check that out. Well, I'm not seeing any ARs. I'm seeing an ER, I'm seeing an IN, but if you look closely, you will see that there are no ARs, and it's done exactly what we told it to do. So let's just recap what we've learned in this lesson. We learned that to comment out a line, we just put 2 hyphens at the far left of the line. We learned about the like operator to compare parts of a string to a character or characters. And we learned that the like operator is used in conjunction with the percentage sign wildcard.